Hey everyone, this is Mickey from PMI. This is the uncut version of the Experiment 1 studio field test. So basically you will see the smoke filling up this 1,500 square feet studio. It's the exact same clip, but we will now play it without editing the speed, so you will see the smoke filling up the space in real time as it unfolds. And while we have this time, we're going to give some more context that wasn't in the short version of this video. So you can see right now, first of all, I'm using the continuous mode. So for those of you who owns SmokeGENIE, this is level 3 smoke and level 5 wind. And you can see for the entire 120 seconds, the smoke is continuous. There's no pauses in between. You don't have to wait. This is the power of continuous mode that is not available in any other handheld fog machines. So you can see you're just using the entire 2 minutes to fill up the space. And clearly I'm walking around to the light spot where I just haze up the room. Now, as you can see, these are aperture spotlights that we're using in this studio. We brought them on our own. There's 4 of us, and then there's a sky panel that's facing behind the camera. That's only for normal lighting purposes. The main point is for the haze to show off the light beams that's coming off from the aperture spotlights. Now, you can see I'm also throwing a bit of smoke on the ground, as there is a slight tendency of the smoke slightly traveling up. But as you can see, it's a very even smoky, foggy space way up to the 1 minute mark. We just passed 1 minute 20 seconds. I can say a few more things about the haze. If you are very specific about the cinematic hazy look and you're particular about it, this is not actually the hazy look yet. As you can see, when the light beam travels through the smoke, you can still see the texture of the smoke. So for some directors, they might not like that. But the advantage of the SmokeGENIE is that it becomes a haze very quickly. So as you will see in this video, after the 2 minute mark, it will slowly condense into a more fine, where you no longer see the lingering effects of the smoke. And now we just reached the 2 minute mark. So I finished the machine, I put it away, and just like what I just said, I'm now using the fan to just continuously blow off the smoke to even it out. One thing to note that is there is air conditioning in the space. That actually does help the haze to set. One thing to remember, if you're doing haze in your own studio space, do not open the exhaust fan, because that would take the smoke away from the studio. But using the air conditioning, it does help with the ventilation. That actually makes the room haze up faster. And so you can see we're just continuing to wait. You can see the smoke naturally becoming a more hazy environment. I'll just let it settle as you see it on your own. Actually, the light beams are already to form very well. Let's take a look at the before and after. You can see before the haze, the whiteness is just completely different, and the light beams are just beautifully highlighted by the haze. So right now let's go to the second clip where we compare free machines on set. As we said, the reason why you choose free machines is because that is now quickly becoming an industry standard in Hong Kong film productions. Production houses just rent out free machines. And so with free machines, we are not going to do 2 minutes, which is going to give it half the time. We think you're going to see the results really quickly. And one thing to note, when we start, you can see the light beams are actually already there. If you have watched the other video, you know that we were unable to completely clear the room out of haze. So we already started with, slight, actually it's a very beautiful looking light beam already. But for testing purposes, we're just going to see the volume and density of the smoke it creates with free machines. As you can see, we are on the 25-second mark. Already the room is quickly being filled up. It's just a really, really efficient way of doing things. In fact, as I've said in the other video, we do think that for indoors, free machines is a bit of an overkill. You don't need that. But if you do have a set of free, that means that you can haze up the room really quick. There's much less waiting on sets, and that's always preferable on film sets. Also, sometimes you use 2 and then you still just want 1 for backup. That's also a thing. But right now, let's just stop. Since this is the uncut version, I'll just stop talking for a minute, just for you to see and experience the haze effect. So just 30 seconds after waiting, you can see the haze is already being very even. So you can see the light beams are now no longer showing the texture, but the light beams just looks really gorgeous, and that's the kind of volumetric lighting you want. So let's just see the before and after. As I've said before, you already have some sort of light beams. Some people prefer the left, some others, specifically for the effect, you might want the right. This is just some behind the scenes footage of us trying to blow the smoke out of the theater. Make sure you get good ventilation, or else it will be difficult to clear a space. But it's just beautiful. So thank you for watching. We have another experiment coming tomorrow. Look forward to that as well, and I'll see you tomorrow.